In this video, I'm talking to those of you who are in the process of purchasing or maybe just recently closed on or about to close on your new home. And what I want to do is talk a little bit about tips for a smooth move into your new home. Moving is obviously very stressful. I absolutely hate packing. I just did it 2 years ago and kind of vowed I would never do it again. Hate packing. Unpacking is not as bad, although I find that I have to unpack twice because I put stuff where I think it's going to need to go in my new home, and then as I'm getting used to the new home, I find that I need to change things and move things around. But anyway, the first and most important thing is to create a schedule and really try to stick to it. So making sure you give yourself enough time to pack, you're giving yourself enough time to unpack around all of the other life activities you might have going on. If it's a local move, you're likely still working. Your kids are still likely in school. You're probably dealing with after-school activities, and so you're trying to fit in packing and moving and unpacking with all the activities of your regular daily life and trying to squeeze it in. So making sure that you have a schedule can be very helpful. Make sure you have a moving checklist. A lot of times people forget things like defrosting and cleaning out their refrigerator, making sure you schedule movers, and you actually have to do this well in advance. They get booked up pretty quickly, and if you don't want to pay a premium for a last minute move, you need to plan ahead. Schedule your utilities for being turned off. If you're selling your home, then I usually recommend giving a day or so after you move out for the new owners to turn it on in their name. Sometimes there's just a time lag between switching, and I just don't think it's a good idea to leave the home without power or water for very long. Make sure you remember to forward your mail. Make sure that you turn off or switch out your homeowner's insurance from your old property to your new property. And then make sure you have plenty of packing materials on hand. Think about what you're going to need, and then you probably need to double it. Make sure you clean the house. It's a really good time as you're packing to get rid of stuff, so you're not moving stuff you're not using to your new home and cluttering your new home up. This is especially important if you're downsizing, but even if you're moving to a bigger home, it's helpful to not have stuff that you're not using. Why move it? And not to mention the added cost. Seems the cost of moving is generally by weight unless you're renting a U-Haul and doing it yourself, but then you're packing up boxes of stuff you're not using, which doesn't make a lot of sense either. But also, if you are moving out of a house and you've sold it, you need to leave the house what we call broom clean, broom swept, so you're not leaving a mess for the new homeowner. Ask your friends or family for moving boxes, but also check. This is actually the one time I would recommend Craigslist. Check Craigslist and Marketplace. Oftentimes people who have just moved in have a bunch of moving boxes they need to get rid of, and so it's a great way to recycle and reuse those moving boxes. It's a great idea to color code your boxes so they know which room they go into. So, maybe your kitchen is blue, maybe your dining room is red, maybe your living room is green. Bathrooms are, yellow, and bedrooms could be all different colors depending on whose bedroom it is. The more organized you are as you pack, the easier and faster your unpacking process will be. Packing up your clothes, a great way to move those is to keep them on the hangers and put them in large garment boxes, or even plastic bags. You can also put them in suitcases. If you have a bunch of empty suitcases, that's a great way to move your clothes as well, and move your suitcases at the same time. If you have furniture that you need to reassemble, get little Ziploc bags and tape it to some of the furniture with all the nuts and bolts. You don't want to lose the nuts and bolts. Finding the same size could be a nightmare, especially if you've packed up all your nuts and bolts. So you want to keep them with the furniture as you move it. For electronics, take pictures of how everything was plugged in, especially if you had a professional do it. That way you can just duplicate it when it's time to unpack and set up your electronics. If you've got a picture of what plugged into what, that makes it easier for you to reconnect everything. Make sure that you address internet and all of your home entertainment needs early on. So cable, if you do that still, make sure you have that on your checklist so you don't forget to do that. And you want to have that probably very shortly after you move in, so you're not without entertainment, especially if you have kids. And if you still have a job and you're just moving, it may be important to still have internet access. And then it's also important to take a moment and kind of reflect on where you are and where you've been. Reflect on the good times you've had in your old home as you move out, and look forward to the new and fun thing and exciting things that are going to happen in your new home as you move in. So those are just some quick tips to help you get ready for your big move. One of the other things I recommend is if you're moving into a resale home, go ahead and add getting your locks changed. You don't know how many keys are out there, and you never know if the previous owner ever collected all the keys. So it's a good idea to go ahead and get the locks changed so that you have some safety and security, knowing that you have the only set of keys and you know who you've given them out to. I hope you found these tips helpful. As always, if you know someone looking to buy or sell in Central Florida, you can't miss with Chris. I'd appreciate a call. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.